Hi, evening time here again. Almost midnight, time to play more games. I'm all cozy with my Christmas blanket, standing here in the office on a stand-up desk. Hence the weird angle, maybe, if you've noticed. Anyway, can't wait to have this office sorted and cozy with a lovely background and a place to actually put my phone. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it short again. I'm not here with a big story, even though I'm telling you one of these days I'm gonna have proper stories where I'm gonna sit down to talk my recent India trip, all the learnings, Taj Mahal, very spiritual place. I have so many amazing stories and experiences to share that would be like video of its own. I'm definitely planning to share my ayahuasca ceremonies before and what my learnings, and holotropic breath work and lots of different things, and other life amazing things that some people would call a coincidence, that are just too big to be a coincidence. Anyway, but today is not that day. Today I just came to here to share this little insight I had yesterday. I fell asleep. We went to sleep quite late. We were playing board games with my husband, and I put on some headphones with YouTube. I probably was listening to Courtney's message. Courtney, check out Courtney, who doesn't know yet. I'm gonna put her link to her website or to her YouTube in the description, if I remember. If not, then it's gonna be in the comments. I've done it before, but I'll do it now again. Her recent video, I'm actually gonna link her video yesterday. I'm literally going to sleep and she's literally talking about, if you hear this message, you have to start a YouTube. Keep at it. She started this herself with a 111-day challenge about a year ago, I guess a little bit more. I found her about maybe February last year. So almost a year I've followed her. But I was like, no way, are you literally talking to me? And then I must have fallen asleep at some point, of course, obviously, as I often do. And I don't know what's with the algorithms. I have no idea. The algorithms, often when I fall asleep, I might wake up 3 o'clock a night, because through my dreams, as I'm getting, kind of like lighter sleep cycle, I might hear the music coming through from my headphones if they haven't fallen out. 50-50, either one opportunity is that it's gone to like love frequency, like very kind of spiritual, relaxing kind of sleep music or rainfall, something, even though this is not usually that I'm like searching for. But I suppose YouTube knows it's nighttime. I must be sleeping. It must know me very well. So I was like, that actually suits. That's perfect. Like the talking finishes, and then I just have like one of those frequency music, or meditation or sleep music or something. And then, but the other 50% of the time, what happens? It gives me this one channel that I never looked up any of. Never look at that topic, didn't look up that channel, didn't click. Maybe I clicked once accidentally to a video and then realized what it was, and I never like went back. I haven't subscribed to it. I've subscribed to so many channels, and for some reason it keeps feeding me that channel, which is all about this guy has very good messages. And maybe first when I listened to him, there's a lot of good points, but he's all about talking everything from Christianity perspective and religious Bible perspective, like a proper religious Bible person. Sounds like an American, I suppose. And it keeps putting this religious, like proper like Christianity religious stuff into my ear in the night. I'm like, what? And anyway, my background shortly is this, that I'm from Estonia. Maybe I said it earlier. I definitely said that I'm from Estonia, but in Estonia, I mentioned before that the religion didn't really take very deep hold. Anyhow, it's Lutheran is the main religion in Estonia, which is a branch of Christianity, which is like Protestant. It's, I'd say, similar, like I'm living here in Ireland, would be quite similar to the Church of Ireland. But it's even, I think, suppose it's more simple. Our churches are very simple. It's very down to earth. Really just the core message, and no bells and whistles and big golden domes on the churches. Just red brick churches with simple steeple. Very just, that would be the Estonian churches. If you drive around, yes, there are some others as well. Probably the most next would be the Russian Orthodox, with a huge Russian population. But just generally, people, I just don't even know anybody, even old people, even with my neighbors when I grew up, who would go to church regularly. I barely knew 1 or 2 people who would go to church at Christmas. Even that wasn't a thing in my circles anyway. I'm sure some people here are like, I'm from Estonia, I'm religious, and all my people around me, that's normal, we're always going to the church every Sunday, but it is not very common. And never was. It's not like it's now fading away, I don't think. Anyway, and specifically my family and my neighborhood and my school and anybody I ever knew, like, I don't know anybody who's into, like, I suppose on paper, we would associate ourselves mostly with Lutheran, and if you get married in the church, it would be the Lutheran church mostly. Everybody, of course, has their own, but I'm just statistically. I wonder, I should look up the statistics of Estonia, how many people gonna go to church or even be private, privately, like assign themselves, like in one of those, what's that, consensus forms, they probably ask about the religion. Anyway, so that little background. And I don't know why YouTube algorithms keep giving me these religious messages. And yesterday then, I suddenly woke up, and I didn't even suddenly woke up. Through my dreams, I was half asleep, half dreaming, and half seeing, listening, heard. I was not aware that it was coming from YouTube, but I heard this message, and it was all a very religious. Actually, it was a different channel that what usually pops up, completely new for me, is like something that I never watched before. And I'm sleeping with this religious message coming into my ears. And half the dream, half this YouTube, and half, I think, was some kind of a moment of connecting dots or something, or seeing a bigger picture or something. When sometimes you're in a meditative state, you have this kind of strong feeling or understanding coming through. So I had that, actually. Long story short, I had one of those moments yesterday in the middle of the night. I was trying to hold on to it, so I don't really remember the detail of it all, but the general feeling, overall feeling, was this, as I was just talking about the YouTube channel and what I'm here, and my battle between coming here and talking, and then the next moment, like, oh, why bother? What am I doing here? Anyway, I had a very strong message in the middle of the night coming in, of seeing this kind of or feeling this kind of a spiral of going more with these YouTube messages that I'm sharing and creating here, and how this will actually help me to see more of myself and go more inwards. And I kind of had this feeling of like spiraling stairs going down kind of into my heart space, and basically, yes, just a very strong message to keep going, keep showing up here, whatever. Do I have a plan to talk about something or not at all? Doesn't matter. As I keep doing this little journey of 111 videos, I am basically just marching closer and closer to myself, or closer to something within me that I don't really see yet, I don't know about yet, something. But it's very important for me to keep going. It's so hard to put it into words even, you know. If I should have done it first thing in the morning when I woke up. It was so clear. But basically, yes, I had this very strong understanding, even kind of this bird's eye view of why am I doing this? Not in a way that I had the answer, but I was like, okay, I'm doing this because I'll find an answer in the end, somewhere along the way. So anyway, I had that very kind of interesting, strong knowing moment. It's hard when you try to grasp that. Actually, I pop in a little experience before I sign off. It reminds me a little bit of one of my journeys with this medicine called San Pedro, or Wachuma, some people call it. It's a cactus from South America, grows I think mostly in Andes. It's a traditional medicine, used as a medicine in the Andes. So Wachuma is a medicine that it's typically not visionary, like it's not psychedelic in a way that with visions and bring you somewhere like ayahuasca would be, or mushrooms, but it's more emotional. Of course, people have visions and journeys like this as well, but typically it's considered more of an emotional medicine. So I remember first time I was experiencing a journey with Wachuma. I just remember just oscillating between these two states of one that I was like really present in my body in this room, and I was so kind of confused, like what I'm doing here, what's going on. Like I was kind of confused. I was like kind of like sober. I knew where I was, but I was just confused about the whole life and purpose of life and what am I even doing in this life. And as I was relaxing into it, I could like just kind of raise above everything, and I could just see everything made sense. The whole universe, I had kind of all the answers to everything. And I was like, oh my God, like I can see the big picture, I can see everything. And as soon as I started to grasp the detail of it, to make sense of it, to kind of remember it. So I'm like, oh, tomorrow I must remember this. As I started to kind of zoom in to try to grasp it, I started to lose it and get confused again. I was like, no, I'm losing it. And then I was like, gave up. And as I gave up and relaxed into it, I raised above again to understand everything, like the whole universe kind of thing. And not in an overwhelming way, but I was just, and I was like, oh, this is so amazing. I want to remember this. I want to put it into words. I want to put it into structure. I want to, you know, see it or feel it or carry it with me to my life. And then as soon as I was trying to like look into the detail, everything went again. I was like, oh, hey, I'm just sitting here on this mat. Everything is confusing and I don't know what I'm doing here. So it was kind of the very similar feeling yesterday when I had that moment as well. I could see and understand everything, why I'm doing this. And even how the religious, why I was even talking about that religious message from YouTube, that YouTube kind of algorithms fed me, which I don't believe is ever a coincidence. Well, not ever, but if you're gonna, of course there's algorithms as well, but I do believe we pull in a lot of information energetically, what we need to hear at that moment. It's basically like our angels talking to us through another person and giving us the message we need here and now. So, like I might be doing for you at this very moment. But yeah, because I could even remember, even understand why the religious message, I really even understood why is this YouTube religious message coming in. Not that I'm gonna be converting into religion or anything, but I do subscribe to a lot of the ideas and a lot of the history and a lot from religion, you know, the basics of it, the basis of it, but the stories around it and the Bible and the whole structure, you know, I have a real thing against all that. But in its core, Christianity is amazing. If you take all the layers of, I believe, mostly from St. Paul. So somebody, I've looked at those topics a lot as well. I've been to every kind of rabbit hole you can imagine. So apparently the structure of the religion, I'm talking about Christianity now, and what we now know as Christianity is basically much more coming from St. Paul rather than Yeshua or Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. So anyway, I'm gonna go play now. I said what I wanted to say. I feel like I keep rambling now and going circles and around, and I could go and choose any kind of topic and way and go deeper into any corner, but I am choosing to say bye now. And tomorrow is the last day of this year. I'll definitely be checking in. Let's see what I have to say tomorrow, but now, bye. Have a good day or night.